Now, I know some directors take acting classes in order to be able to work with their actors better. Is that something that you've done, or are you just instinctive? You're very
Oh
your
no,
intuition's
no.
just really
I've
good.
trained. I mean, I've done a range of acting across my life.
Okay.
From like the little kiddie nutcracker thing to the high school, whatever, and then like in film school, sort of taking the Meisner technique and whatever.
Okay.
And it's actually been really useful and interesting in a number of ways because I've worked with a lot of non-actors, meaning like not trained actors. And it's been useful to have had all of the experiences that I've had, formal, informal, wonderful, horrible, in order to communicate with people. Because at the end of the day, even if actors are very, very skilled, and it's beautiful to work with an actor who's like really well trained and really skilled, because they're just able to kind of add their own thing without me having to coach them every step of the way. Generally, I've had that happen with non-actors too. But there's always a little bit of fear and a little bit of tension because there was one series that I did where I acted in my series as a director who was casting people. Ooh. And it was I've done like kind of stage acting before, but it was the first time I had done actually something on camera, and it was so difficult because...
You mean because you're directing and acting, or for another reason?
I had my assistant director direct me.
Okay. So
I wasn't directing it. Okay. But it was the first time that I couldn't actually tell. I couldn't tell if what I was doing was any good.
Because your head was too full.
I was trying to do an accent of some sort. It was just all sorts of things were happening, and I really couldn't tell. And I couldn't tell from my director's directions. Like, he wasn't really giving me anything. So that was also a very good learning experience for me.
Yeah.
To know that even just my posture, for example, while the person is acting, if I look really worried while they're acting, like that's gonna affect them because they're gonna be like, oh no, I'm doing something wrong.
You mean it looked like you were worried about their work, or that's what they assumed, or what do you mean when
I'm
you
sorry.
say that?
What I mean is my experience being an actor on set and having somebody direct me taught me that I have to be very clear and relaxed around
as an actor,
as a director, because I had such a hard time as an actor because I couldn't read the director. I was trying to do something. I couldn't tell for myself whether what I was doing was any good. It felt horrible, and every time he kept asking me to do something else, it didn't feel like I was doing anything different. Like, I tried it, but I couldn't tell. So I was depending on the director to kind of give me a gauge as to whether what I was doing was right or wrong. And I probably was just really scared because I haven't really done much acting before.
Right.
And so that gave me a lot of information of what to do and not to do as a director. And how every part of my being, not just the words that I'm saying, but my demeanor and my energy and how relaxed I am or how tense I am can affect my crew and my cast because they're probably thinking that they're pissing me off. I'm mad at, it could be that I'm really worried because there's some thread in the corner and it's off place and has nothing to do with you as the actor.
Right.
But all you're seeing is that I'm frowning at you. And so
oh God, that's really tense. There's like too much tension on both ends. Ooh.
Exactly.
I gotta watch because I've never done that and I was going to attempt to do this.
Yeah.
So I gotta really think about this. This is difficult.
This is just how I feel. I haven't actually pulled any of the actors, but I've just based on the results that I've gotten, I feel like it's my job as a director to prepare myself emotionally when I come to set, so that anything that I do and say can create an environment of ease,
Peace.
for them to just be able to do what they need to do.
What do you do? Because I know everybody has whatever ritual, routine, or whatever that they establish as any kind of artist, directing, acting, whatever. So as a director, since we were talking about you doing many jobs at once and it becoming tense, what do you do as a ritual?
I take my vitamins and I exercise.
That's important.
Because
that's important.
Film work is hard,
Yeah.
and it's very taxing on your body and your energy. And my directing work is not something that ends once we say cut,
Right.
because we still have to edit it and do all these other things and distribute it and travel with the film and blah, blah, blah. And
Okay.
yeah, it takes a lot.
Yeah.
It takes a lot.
Yeah.
And so just kind of like respecting the vessel, and I encourage that for my actors as well. I do pray. I think that I pray, and I also listen to a lot of different kinds of music.
Like what?
It depends on what I'm doing exactly. If I'm writing, because I write
Oh, you
as
write
well.
as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're doing it all, girl. Doing it all.
If I'm writing, it has to be music without lyrics, classical, jazz, some sort of instrumental music that I can't start like humming and dancing to, because that distracts me. If it's hard kind of work, I'm like doing receipts and things like that, then it has to be something like soca or like reggae, like
something's gonna
upbeat,
make
or,
you
like,
move.
yeah, exactly. If it's like I'm feeling really scared and nervous, and then it's like religious music, like something I can actually sing to, or hum to, or pray to, or something like that, to kind of like get the energy out.
Okay.
So different things like that. I'll burn incense, whatever kind of makes me feel comfortable. Take long baths, walks in the beach, whatever.